Howdy friends, welcome back to the Multifamily Review. In our last few episodes, we did a deep dive into the bricks and sticks. We talked about the supply hangover and the maturity wall. But today we're shifting from the balance sheet to the human being. We're talking about the most volatile, complex, and important variable in our entire industry, the people. There's a long-standing myth that most people rent because they have to, that they're just temporarily embarrassed homeowners waiting for a 5% mortgage rate to hit. But as we move into 2026, the data is telling us a different story. We are seeing the rise of the deliberate renter. Today I'm unveiling some of our newest internal research, the Next Gen Renter 2025 and beyond, alongside fresh data from Zillow, NightVest, and NMHC. We're going to look at why home ownership is losing its cultural pull, why your residents are actually leaving, and most importantly, how to quantify the ROI of the human element in your property. To understand the 2026 resident, we first have to look at the math. According to the ATTOM data, in over half of US counties, owning a home is technically more affordable than renting a 3-bedroom property, but only once you're in the home. The problem is the entry fee. With record high home prices and mortgage rates sticking above 6% for 2026, the initial investment has become an insurmountable wall for many. But here's the shocker. Affordability isn't the only thing keeping people in your units. According to the latest NightVest Multifamily Renter Sentiment Report, 52% of renters no longer view homeownership as a status symbol. Roughly half of all renters say that they are neutral or completely uninterested in buying a home in the next 5 years. Think about that. Renting is shifting from a temporary compromise to a deliberate lifestyle choice. As Dr. Sam Shedden from NYU recently pointed out, the question for us in 2026 has evolved. It's no longer how will they be a renter, it's how long will they be a renter with me. If renting is a choice, our residents are becoming more discerning consumers. They aren't just looking for 4 walls, they're looking for a lifestyle hub. But as an operator, how do you know where to spend your capital? In our latest internal report, the Next Gen Renter, we surveyed over 2,400 residents to build what we call the ultimate upgrade matrix. The results were eye-opening. We found that 54% of renters are willing to pay an average of $291 more per month for an upgraded bathroom. Upgraded countertops and hardwood-style flooring follow closely behind, commanding premiums of $237 a month and $227 a month, respectively. These are your prime upgrades. They have broad appeal and command high rents. But on the other side of the matrix, we found these niche luxuries, things like high-end induction cooktops or larger windows. These are expensive to install, but appeal to a much smaller segment. In 2026, amenity creep is a dangerous game. You have to invest with precision. Focus on the tangible, high-impact features that residents have explicitly told us they will pay for. We also need to talk about who is in your units. The median age of a renter today is 41. This isn't just a college kid market anymore. First, let's talk about the hybrid lifestyle. While full-time remote work has stabilized, roughly 35% of renters work from home at least 1 day a week. For these residents, high-speed internet is a non-negotiable utility, scoring about 4.32 out of 5 on importance. And soundproofing is a critical necessity. In our research, soundproofing saw a 0.5 importance lift among hybrid workers compared to standard renters. If you're building or renovating in 2026, soundproofing is your secret weapon for capturing high-earning professionals. Second, the family pivot. Zillow economists are predicting 2026 will be the year of kid-friendly rentals. Renters with children under 18 now make up 37% of the market, with a 4 percentage point increase in just 1 year. Buildings that offer imagination centers or homework pods aren't just being nice, they're positioning themselves to capture over 1/3 of the modern renter base. Finally, let's talk about the cost of getting this wrong. In an environment where rent growth is expected to stay muted, Zillow forecasts a tiny 0.3% increase for 2026, retention is your new acquisition. The cost of a single non-renewal in 2026 is estimated at roughly $4,000. That is the combined hit of marketing, vacancy, and unit turns. But there's a massive resident disconnect happening right now. Our research in Ziggo's latest resident experience report show that while managers think people leave for life changes, residents say that they are leaving because of rent price, safety, and poor maintenance. Think about that for a second. We are losing residents and that $4,000 per unit over things that are squarely within our control. In 2026, the winners won't be the ones with the flashiest marketing, They're going to be the ones who deliver the basics with consistent quality. So, what's your full roadmap for the people side of your business in 2026? Stop treating renting as a temporary stop. Build for the lifestyle renter who sees their home as a long-term hub. Upgrade with data. So use the upgrade matrix to prioritize bathrooms and flooring over flashy, low ROI gadgets. Marketing to the hybrid and family renter. So highlighting things like soundproofing, high-speed Wi-Fi, and family-friendly communal spaces. And finally, closing the disconnect. Your residents aren't leaving because their lives changed. They're leaving because they don't feel heard, safe, or well-maintained. In 2026, the multifamily industry is moving from passive occupancy to active experience. The future belongs to those who build trust and understand that at the end of every lease is a human being looking for a place to live, not just a place to stay. Thanks for listening to the Multifamily Review. We'll see you next time. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe for more.